Yes, perfect. The game window did reset itself. I don't know why it's going to like the 1280 to 720p window before going into the proper size I have it when we get into the main menu itself. But that's a quirk of the recent update to this. So yeah, all looks good. So let's go for it. Hi, I am a PNG today because I want to be comfortable. I've had a day at work, not a bad day at work, just a hard one. So I am going to be chill behind the PNG today and enjoy some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney along with all of y'all coming in to tune in. Of course, we're here with the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. Well, we're doing all of 1, 2, and 3 in the months to come, I'm sure, and it's going to be a fun time. But we are going to continue where we left off in case 1-5, Rise from the Ashes. It is nice to have you here in YouTube land or Twitch land, wherever you're enjoying this from. If you are in YouTube land in our highlight afterwards, it is nice to have you along if it's your first video or you come back for another video of mine. In any case, hi! I am so happy to have you here. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please do let me know by leaving likes and comments down below in the video, and please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell as well if you want to go even further with your love and support, and check and be in the know when more of this series and some more videos of mine in other series get uploaded in the future. Okay. You missed, we missed an opportunity for doing AA 1-4 in a Christmas, right about this time. Yes, I'm aware, but, it was near enough. Shush, it's fine. Anyway, like I said, we are doing Rise from the Ashes, actually, today, and that is our plan of attack. And we were just about to start up in the trial. We've met some very interesting new characters. We've met our girl Emma Skye. We've met her sister Lana, who is on trial for supposedly something that she's claiming she did. So it's like, this supposedly might be an easy job for me. But of course, we want to get them off the hook because things may not be as they seem, of course. There was a lunch lady at some point, a lunchbox lady. There's a guy moonlighting as the sheriff around these parts, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's where we're up to. And now, as I said, we are starting the trial period. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Husbando! He's back! He's ready! Yay! The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in the courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. For as you know, they are unnecessary. Huh? I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not of those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Oh, there's her, Emma. She's on our side of the bench there, yeah. Out here calling the judge slow. I mean, can you forgive him? He is bald and he has a long white mustache. He is basically... He basically could be a Father Christmas if he, you know, put a jolly red hat with a white little fluffy ball on the end of it and then put him in a big fat red suit. You know, it could work out like that. Anyway, wow! He's so much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. What, she gets paid to look at crimes happening? How would that be? How would that be something you, like, actually, like, actionably pay for? I don't know. If modding DS games wasn't a mixed bag, that would probably be a fun sprite swap. Could be. I mean... I don't know if it'd be that difficult. If you, like, could get into the game files of this, then maybe you could do that as well. But we're not risking that. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. And stop looking at me like you think I might be a good Santa Claus. I did that 1 year, and then I had a 5-year-old throw up on me, and it was not a nice time. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The Copper Queen? Oh, now I'm remembering her face, and she has this like weird bipolar thing going on here. Like she's all nice and charming on one end, but then the other end she can like immediately turn and be like, I am a devil incarnate. Which is, why are you doing this? But let's have a look. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. Well, the judge is really wolfing it down.
And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl.
Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And make sure to get me my prized beef teriyaki bowl, please.
Ah, and you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. Yeah, I'm not sure tapioca balls and fish eggs are even remotely the same thing. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? What do I want to know? Name, profession, now!
Me? Oh, the name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Well, hurry it up! Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Can I have a bottle of tea to wash this down with? As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the courts, I am a professional.
You get paid to look at crimes? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective.
But what? Miss Star was a detective?
That's news to all of us. Ah! I know who you are! Cough up?
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? Hey.
If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. And B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor, the professional.
Parking lot floor plans. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car has been added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
Well, it seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Like, I gotta have a shot at this. I can't just immediately say, I can't be like, Your Honor, my client would like to plead guilty. Or rather, I'd like to say my client is guilty on their behalf, Your Honor. I can't do that, because otherwise I wouldn't do a good job and I wouldn't get my paycheck.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush whatever little hope they had remaining?
If you can, then give them your wish, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Hey. It usually feels angst in the courtroom, but today it seems to be a lot more than just that. Alright, the witness's account. Let's have a look-see-doodle, or listen-see-doodle. That's what I meant to say.
Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then, she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend? How touching. As you can see, there is little to no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed?
I'm still thinking about that.
It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Wow. 'Tis but a scratch. No, it isn't. It's like hard-cut evidence. We're gonna lose. You're gonna lose this fight. No, I'm not. I haven't lost yet. Come at me. Of course, he's doing a Black Knight bit there. Monty Python's Holy Grail. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Thank you. I would love to. I would like to see immediately if I might be able to get immediately the problem that's going on here, so I can check my evidence. My gosh, which is a lot of it. We got the ID. I have a feeling that's not going to be relevant. Victim's blood, no prints. How could you possibly tell? Death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound down within an hour and a half of 4. Anywhere between 4 PM and 5:30 PM. This is... I think I mentioned this last time. This is the big kicker. We're saying this certain happened at 5:15. But the murder could have been technically any time up until before 4 PM. Or up until 4 PM. So that's like an hour before this supposedly all kicked off and happened. So yeah. Oh, wait a minute, what did it say? 12/2? Wait a minute! 12/2! December 2nd! That's the day this stream comes out live!
Oh my god, how about that?
I mean, it's fine. And the plans and that's fine. Anyway, I got a feeling at some point we are going to get them by the fact of saying, autopsy report suggests like an hour and a half of time that this murder could have occurred. Not just at the 5:15 that you say this all occurred at. But we know what we do all this time here. You know what we do all this time here. We get flavor text, so we press everything. Hold it! Oh, yeah, as part of the update, they have replaced all of the original sound clips, I think. Or maybe it's just a feature of the DS thing for this case only. I don't know if it does it for the previous cases now, but you notice that you might have heard Sam Riegel in his take for Phoenix Wright shouting, "Hold it there." So, yeah, I think from this point on, we get the dulcet tones of Sam Riegel playing our favorite blue lawyer here. And it might be the case that all the other characters also have their updated voices too, if they had any by this point. I'm not sure, but we'll find out together. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, how did you know?
I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? Oh, I felt I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off? Wait, she was fired? Do you smell that? Smells like motive to me. Hello, Nolga! Hi! You're just pretty much in time for us to get started with our first testimony here. Hope your day is going well. Thank you for tuning in.
To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Deliver a lunchbox to your boyfriend. Right, that we don't doubt, but maybe we'd like to know whom's specifically.
Hello, friend! Hi!
Alright, we keep going. Hold it! This boyfriend, he's the detective?
Oh, not that boyfriend. The security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several?
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join?
I don't know how this in-game universe deals with polygamy, but alright.
Yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Hey, there you go. Sometimes the judge has standards. Not entirely sure whether it was on my stream or on Shark's, where I mentioned an emote I thought I had removed, but yesterday I got a gift itself for that streamer again. I found the emote again. It's Concerned Kratos. Boy! Love it. Loving it. Of course, there will be more God of War coming soon, so don't worry about that.
Note to self, the judge has to think before replying. The security guard is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there.
And that would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car?
Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So, she was in B block when she witnessed the crime.
You'll finally hone detective's intuition at work. Smells like BS to me, but go on then. I'll indulge. Hold it! You sense something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder?
It felt like... how would you say? Oh yes! It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective?
Yes, well he was like a young cheese.
Young cheese? Gromit?
A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then it must be hard-yellowed and as sharp as a tack. I'd say with bits of blue because, my god, you moldy.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match.
Emma has just burnt you there. Absolutely burnt you. Oh, of course, as well. You can't find the email in the stream chat. It doesn't show up in the layout chat, but in my stream chat here, I know that the email has been gigantified. So thank you for the biddies for that, Nolga.
I appreciate it. In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind.
It's just, how do you feel this is happening? Like, what? You're not a Jedi. This isn't the right fictional universe. What are you on about? Hold it! This isn't Star Wars. But by garish car, you mean...
Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Remember Mr. Edgeworth's?
Incidentally, the knife which the victim was stabbed with was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was, but I will not have scathing remarks about the choice of my vehicle. It is purely practical. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her.
If she's telling the truth, then we're doomed. Doomed!
Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness! In your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo! You are a biased witness. I have just nitpicked your statement. What do you feel about that?
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside.
That was inspiring.
I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I may be relegated to the lowly post-lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap! I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera.
I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness! Why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
You think I'd show it to you? A prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Which one of the 6 is that one, then? Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo. The moment of crime as photographed by Angel Star. Added to the court record, but subtly it's only afterwards, so I'm doubting immediately, but okay. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Skye. So, what was the defendant doing at the time? Was holding a knife in her right hand. Was she? I mean, not in the photo. We can see the gloves, which definitely means that if there were to be... If she was holding a knife, there'd be no prints, so that tracks. But then again, that could also be proof that she was never holding a knife in any way, shape, or fashion to begin with. But let's keep going with the pressing. Hold it! Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the locations of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
What's with the food metaphors? You're making me hungry. I just literally had dinner. Don't do that. Suppress this naughty joke about 4 inches. I won't.
Naughty.
You probably barely heard that, but that's fine. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? She thrust the knife into the chest of Goodman. And he was a good man. All the good men have to go young. 'Tis a shame. A crying shame. Hold it! Oh, you did hear it. Okay, cool. I don't think maybe I need to have a look at the audios for that and maybe fix them up, but, have you heard that then?
Yay!
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop the crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flash boom, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Any other Monty Python jokes?
Scientifically speaking, Mr. Starr's testimony is flawless.
Yeah, that's far from "'tis but a scratch." Sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer.
Don't smile like that!
What, I get to look like the normal one for once. The one who actually has the level head. On the way to the level lunchbox, when I send something... Through the Y-fence, standing, you saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. Was holding a knife in her right hand. But was she, though? And then... She throws a pointing tip of the knife and just goes to check. Yeah, I think the problem is that you just gave us the photo. You gave us the photo of Lana. She does not have a knife in her hand, though. That's the problem I'm getting from you here. So I'm gonna see if this is right. So we check. That she isn't. She's only opening the boot of the car. Yeah, there's no knife in her hand. This must be it then. Here we go. Objection! Objection! Got it. And thank you, Sam Riegel. Oh, I love a bit of Sam Riegel. I just listened to what is it? He did a song I think for like a special Critical Role like music album. He did a Christmas song just called Naughty and Nice, and that's where I discovered recently that Sam Riegel is a brilliant singer. In all honesty. Yeah. I'm just thinking about it in my head. It's like, oh my god, he sounds so good in the song. It's like he's close to being a Michael Bublé. It's great. But anyway, we got it right. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife?
As I've already said, yes. I swear to my finest salmon swell lunch.
Which I can't see because I've got the text completely blocked off, but who needs to see lunch? I don't mean to get everybody starving right now. You've probably already had your breakfast, lunch, supper, dinner, whatever you've... late night food. Whatever. I don't mean to make you hungry again. So we're not doing that. I'm sure that it's a fine lunch. May I have it? Because as we always know, the judge requires snacks throughout the trial. If you think to bring snacks into the courtroom, but not enough to give the judge 2, then you'll be held in contempt. So bear that in mind. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. Because every time I do, it makes me laugh. Because you're lying about it. This is a photograph that you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Well... Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. What's a bag in the whip, man? Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. Objection! Objection! And how can you tell that?
Blood splatter.
Huh?
See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat?
I mean, the photo's black and white. I can't really tell that they're crimson, but I mean, fine. For all I know, it could actually be, I don't know, barbecue sauce. Or very dirty water. Or ink from a pen that's really stained it from it. He could be anything by this point, really. You need to learn to take photos in color, for God's sakes. But it's a black and white photograph! My narrator had the point down perfectly. Exactly that. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. And my thoughts exactly too, Edgeworth.
Mr. Wright, are you just gonna sit there and take that kind of abuse?
You got a better idea? He's gonna be my husbando, and I'm gonna take the abuse at some point. You look exactly like that after a barbecue. You might have something going on there. Yeah, what's the proof? What is the proof that this is after that this after was taken? Like, you only gave it to say, look, I got a photograph, but you never said when you took it. There's no details on the photo of when it was taken, so I think we still need to say, that one. Wait! That contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime.
Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies.
That's it?
If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating, like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder.
Objection! Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made out of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? To not have to wash her hands after the barbecue, because that's clearly barbecue sauce? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Wah! These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation.
Premeditated murder. A serious offense.
Witness, add this to your testimony. Keep it going, keep it going. The murder
was planned. The rubber gloves prove it.
Well, hold it! What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves? You know, like driving gloves. Objection! Yeah, that is also a new, updated objection take from Edgeworth, I can tell. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies.
In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime.
Impressive. Ooh, I'm sorry they took you out of force, Miss Star. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, this trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
Emma, get better material. Boo, hiss. You got anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's testimony is flawless.
Yep, again, deja vu, sounds pretty fatal, yada yada yada.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Yeah, let's just keep our heads cool and just press the witness a bit more, shall we? Yeah, and having her panicking next to me makes me feel calmer because I am like, it makes me look normal. Yay!
And again, don't smile like that!
I had a feeling I've been in this place before. I was on my way to deliver. You saw something through the wire fence. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Right. We always do our confidence save when we're about to make a big decision about what we're gonna press and do against. But I believe now... the closest I can think of, it might be time to say... Die within an hour and a half of 4 PM. So, like I said, anywhere between 4 PM and 5:30. But you... say to this happening about this time here. Or... because what we can do now is actually... with this being the updated case, is have a look at all angles of some evidence that we would like to see. So we can have a check of the blood.
This must be the victim's blood, right?
Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway?
Hey! Maybe he spends his weekends roughing it in the wild!
Edgeworth? In the wild? Yeah, I think my fruit peeling theory is way more likely.
Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoors man.
Yeesh, now that's a scary thought. Okay, nothing else to observe on the handle, that's fair. Did we have anything on the trophy itself? Only just a list of names down below. We can go further into this one and say... date and time of death, 21st between 4 and 5:30 PM. Loss of blood from a chest wound. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. Single stab wound was found. Something that's coming to my head right now. Take a look at the parking stub. Double check it very quickly. Miles Edgeworth, 1712. This is dated the day of the crime.
The murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth bought this car. If only it was held up with a couple extra red lights. He wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair.
Perhaps.
It just goes to show you never know what'll happen when you run a yellow light.
Yeah, you could be done in by running a yellow light. Yeah, really, the autopsy is the only one that makes sense to disprove the fact that this was premeditated at this time. And I've done the save at this point, so I feel like I'm gonna have a go at it. Objection! Damn it. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are that evidence in the statement just now related? They aren't they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations, as always. I don't think that will make any points for the judge. Well, we are resetting. Do not worry about it. We are allowed to. We go like boom. You are allowed to reset if you make a mistake. I mean, you don't get much chances in real life, but this is video game life. It's absolutely fine. You always knew a day like this would... I always knew a day like this would come. How would you... It was planned, the rubber gloves prove it. There's a bit about the parking lot that my... Oh, we can slide it. I didn't realize we could slide it. We can slide it back and forth, back and forth. I can guess that the big truck might have been her car, her car there. Right, don't see anything there. Not getting much out of this. I actually don't know what these numbers mean, so I'm not getting much out of that. Blue Badger here would be entirely just worthless at this point. Right, she's right about standing next to the car. Because that would count as next to, even from the back. I did already try to have a listen to that, so I don't think the phone's gonna be relevant. So this is interesting to think about. Is it not even, like, it's gotta be something in this. There's gotta be something in this that just, like, proves it's not, but, my thinking cap is not really putting 2 and 2 together here. So this is a wonder! Might be useful if you actually gave us, what is it? Gave us the gloves in evidence so we could have a look at it ourselves, but yeah. No. Oh, hi CD, how you doing? This is a tough one, but we'll get there in the end, I'm sure. It might be just a case of, like, just press everything with everything until it works, but I would rather try and think about this a little bit. I mean, this first statement is all sus as heck, to be fair as well, but at the same time, I don't think it's relevant. On your way to deliver a lunchbox. It was for finally choose detective intuition at work. You saw them, sent to that. Murder was planned, rubber gloves prove it. Oh, wait a minute! Wait a minute! If you're gonna do something premeditated, you're gonna come in with all the equipment that you've got to do whatever you're premeditating, right? But the murder weapon is Edgeworth's. Lana didn't bring this in. Oh, of course, yeah, so this person can't be premeditated because she didn't bring all the equipment to do a premeditated crime with. In that case, she just happened to come across a knife that was in the boot already. So yeah, that doesn't make sense, actually. So I got it. Alright, it's this one. Objection! Witness, do you know what this is?
Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk.
Indeed, it is my knife. And it proves this wasn't premeditated. You just know, what's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for this district, right?
Mommy, our prosecutors bad people.
The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony.
What's that, Rookie?
In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. It seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon.
Oh,
This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon! I got her in the end. Order! I've just seen what the timer is. It's time for streamer to take a break. So we're gonna do that right now. We always run hourly ad breaks to get rid of pesky pre-rolls and let you all have the break so you make sure we don't miss anything for you, of course. I'm sorry that you hate her so much, Nolgar. Don't worry about it. We'll get her eventually, I'm sure. But anyway, we're going to take our break here, as I said. So, Twitch people, this is your chance to have a few minutes to yourself, and then we'll come back to it afterwards. YouTube land people, there will be no such thing as a break in the highlight, because we always cut them out. But feel free to pause, come back to us after you've had a break yourself and done some self-care business, and we'll see you for some more right afterwards. How about that? Alright, see you in a few, guys. We'll be right back. No, order, I say. It's time to get back to the stream. As indeed it is time to get back to the stream. Hi, everybody! Thank you for your patience if you've been taking a break. Of course, there was no break for you in YouTube land, but I sincerely hope you're still having a fun time and doing that good self-care wherever you can as well. If you are enjoying the video, of course, let me know. Leave a like and comment down below, and please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell if you want to go further with your awesome love and support. And you can catch up with more of this series coming up very, very soon. Alright! So anyway, we have just busted Miss Angel Star, trying to pass off this whole incident as premeditated, but the fact that there was a knife in the boot already seems to suggest that it was not premeditated. There was nothing premeditated about anything going on here. She wasn't even going to murder anybody. What are you even talking about? Great! Now the tide is turning in our favor.
great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free.
Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not such over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Pah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needs proof. Nothing else.
Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing...
I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought.
How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated.
Really now? Oh boy. The angel's deduction. It's anything but an angelic deduction.
Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again.
I already see what's wrong here. This one I've put together straight away, because I remember what the autopsy report said. We are going to indulge the game and give it all of its flavor text and all, but I immediately see what's wrong here. The victim was summoned to the police department from the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it?
So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy?
Emma? It's scary that your mind immediately went to that.
Hello, Malone!
Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. In any case, creepy lady girl aside, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. And like I say, I know immediately what's wrong with this one, but we are going to give the game its chance to do flavor text, because we like to get all the flavor text. Oh, I like this. What's good about this version, the updated version of the trilogy now, is that you can see how many bits of testimony you have to go through until you get to the end. That is a nice little quality little bit they added there, yeah. Alright, let's give it the flavor text. Hold it! You said that, but how? You haven't told us how you know. Oh my god, I love that little Rick emote. Where's that? Who's that from? Who made a Rick emote? Shaky, shaky, shaky. Man, I want to get my hands on Kirby Air Rider so bad, but I don't have a Switch 2. I want to get my hands on the Switch 2 so bad. Ah!
That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie.
I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she is about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again.
Rookie? Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like putting a bun out of the oven half-baked.
Oh, something is half-baked here, alright. And it's you! Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim?
Her actions speak for themselves.
Did she really now? She called them all the way to the office, huh? I'm sure for other business and not just for murder. Could be for anything, really. Hold it! You have no proof that Miss Sky called him here. I called him there. There's a really convoluted achievement to do with Ada where you had to get so many optional lines of dialogue, so it's annoying. And we'll save that for, like, if I revisit this in my own time to chase up those achievements, but, yeah, we'll just focus on the game, the actual, like, story stuff here. If I get achievements along the way, then yay! Or if I figure out how to do an achievement, then yay! We're not gonna go for them, we're just gonna get the story run done, basically, in this one.
You have no proof that she didn't.
Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts from a sane human being? There is no record of a call made from the defendant Miss Lana Sky's phone.
She might have written him a letter.
Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect that was who summoned the victim that day? Had a grudge. You don't know that. Hold it! What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't! That's because she didn't have a grudge!
Rookie? I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See? We agree there's a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside.
What is this? You're trying to pull a Schrodinger's freaking motive on us here? Schrodinger's grudge? You never know if there was actually a grudge until you open the box. You don't know if the kitty cat is dead or not until you open the box. And until you open the box, the cat is technically both dead and alive. God damn it, lady.
A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
I understand 0 of these food analogies. I hope you realize this. Maybe 1 or 2 I have understood. Don't take buns out of the oven half-baked. I get that. But, yeah, where? Eh? The lunch is both... The lunch is both prepared, fully in the box, or clean eaten. Yeah, the lunchbox is either clean or full of food. It's both complete and eaten. There is food, and there is also no food in the box. You don't know until you open it! God damn it, Schrodinger's lunchbox. That might be our stream highlight, title, to be honest, there. Schrodinger's lunchbox, why not? Jimmy. I get it! That's why my lunch was so salty!
There's
judge isn't very good with metaphors, nor is our witness. God darn it. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this?
It's simple.
Nothing else could drive the human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. That doesn't explain what the motive is, though! That doesn't explain what the grudge is! You're only saying that, oh, there's some kind of grudge there. That's the only reason why she went in again and again with that knife. One, that proves nothing about what the motive or grudge actually was. And two, there was only one stab wound ever recorded, so you're wrong about that too. We will get to that, but we will first give you your flavor text. Hold it! A human machine? Huh, that's a contradiction. Objection. Please. Can't you find fault with something of substance, Mr. Wright?
Note to self, Mr. Edgeworth's sighs smell like citrus fruits.
What, does Edgeworth have Starburst on the go or something? Some opal fruits? What's going on here? You say again and again. Now, how many times did she stab him exactly?
We often say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually mean 1,000 pieces. What difference does it make if the deed is done?
How come she's getting mad at me? She's a witness, She is a witness. Witnesses are meant to get mad at the prosecution or the defense, like, preferably prosecution, but it usually happens to the defense. Look, Phoenix, just accept you're the whipping boy and just roll with the punches. You'll be fine. And let's just say she stabbed him several times and leave it at that. Leave it at that? This is a murder case, people!
Mr. Wright, you should speak up if you have an objection, you know?
Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off.
The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact.
I wonder, will it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer.
Obviously, more scientific testing is required.
Yep. Anyway, I'm so confident about this one, I do not even feel the need to save it, but we will do just in case. Just in case, like, game breaks, which I hope it doesn't. But anyway, yeah, I knew the problem with this immediately. Go to the autopsy report. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Immediately contradicting, plunge a knife in again and again, stab several times. Check and mate. Objection! Checkmate and objection. You say she stabbed him again and again, but you couldn't have witnessed that.
Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise.
Shadow, if you see this, do not eat the moss. You cannot eat the moss. I know the moss looks tasty, but you cannot eat the moss. This is for your own good, girl. We're all looking out for you at the end of the day. We all love and appreciate you, but you cannot eat the moss. Dear me. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. A good show, Miss Edgeworth.
What a hunk! He's my hero, really.
What about my objection? No one noticed? Again, Phoenix, just accept the fact you're the whipping boy. You'll be fine. Well, witness?
You got the crime scene set, right?
Thanks.
I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
So, you're saying you mistook something for blood?
When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify!
Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was.
Really now? Let me, pick this apart then. Hold it! Her red muffler?
Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose.
Well, she's right. Miss Guy was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait! Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib? That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Sort of burn from Phoenix there? Judge's babby? Alright, I'll take that.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony.
Mr. Wright, this is our chance!
Chance for what, I wonder? Realizing that she said that already, we're gonna skip that. Right! The red muffler looks like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Girl, you lie! She wasn't even wearing her muffler in this photo. Girl, you lie! Granted, those splatters are in such a pattern that they might look like a muffler from the distance, but girl, you lie! That's not a muffler, that is an overcoat. I'm not even going to save you because I'm so confident. Objection! Objection! Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. Objection! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work.
What?
The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself, with this photograph.
Huh? That can't be!
Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good.
In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails.
But what was my objection, chopped liver?
But it was a scarf. No, not that, but something red. Really?
Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business.
What?
Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that.
Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least.
Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony.
The most important part?
The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Dun 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 dun. So technically she goes to apprehend the suspect. Alright then. And the beats are started, so this one is a serious testimony. Yes, indeed.
After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition up to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made it to escape, but against Angel's Star, resistance is futile.
You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you?
I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star.
That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake.
Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten.
No, thanks.
Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites.
So, Mr. Wright is a fairy-type Pokemon. Duly noted. Oh my god, she's a Borg! Oh my god, if she was, really. She's behaving like one.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum.
An oil drum? That's hard to imagine.
Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Ah!
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. I'm trying to do that, like...
Ah! Ah!
Trying to sound like a cat. I can't really roll my R's. This is a trick and a technique of vocal performancing that I never was able to pick up. I cannot roll my R's to save my life. Not for a long time, anyway. The most I can do is go like...
Rar!
That's as much as I can do. But going like... Just going like a... Like that, then no, I can't. It just comes out all wrong. So I am envious of every single person who can roll their R's. Because if I could do that, my god, I'd probably be in a way more fun career than I am doing it right now. But, you can't win them all. Anyway. The suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. Oh, really? Hold it! So, where is this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. Oh, that's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high.
She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do.
And what did you do then? Explained right, arrested her, right. Hold it! You say quickly, were you close to the suspect?
As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time.
Maybe I should press her for more details. I would say, always, thou must. Because if I have it right... She's in parking lot B. She's in B block. Murder happens in A block, allegedly. But she also described in her first testimony about the fact that A block and B block is separated by a whole wire fence. So, unless said wire fence had a door to go through that she easily was meant to go through. I mean, I don't remember the look of the scene exactly off the top of my head. I don't know if there was like a doorway to go through that could be opened in the wire fencing. But if there wasn't, then there's an immediate problem with her like being able to go over. Though I am probably thinking a bit too far ahead here. But anyway. Maybe it does go that way, maybe it goes a different way entirely. Let's see. We must press, because thou must. I'd like to see this on the floor plans, just to be safe. The lunch line car was... She was a visitor, thus she was parked in the B block. So, you witnessed the murder from... here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr?
Yes, that's right.
She hesitated, huh? But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Ooh, amazing! Look off of Queen, Lunch Lady Athlete indeed.
It would have taken her a little time to climb over that, so she couldn't have gotten to my sister that fast.
Yeah, that fence was about 9 feet high, too. And as evidenced by here, it looks like there wasn't a gate, a doorway to just walk through, so yeah. Yeah, this is sounding more fishy and fishy and fishy by the minute. What gives? So how did Miss Sky not get away? So how on earth did she not get away? What was going on there? When I arrested her, she mentioned muffler. Alright, talk about that then. Hold it! She mentioned the muffler? What exactly did she say?
If I remembered exactly, I would have told you in my testimony.
Cheeky.
Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler.
Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else?
Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone.
Her phone? She can't mean... Nope, must press more. Thou must. So by phone, do you mean this cell phone discovered at the crime scene?
Yes, ultimately.
Ultimately?
My memory? It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see.
No, the court doesn't see, mister. You've said like 9 out of 10 of your food puns have made no sense at all.
The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall.
On the wall? Oh, that's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. So at least that bit is right.
And apparently it was out of order.
And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order on that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? That's more important. You should, of course, add this to your testimony.
The things I do to please this rookie defense attorney.
The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18 p.m. Okay, cell phone updated in the court record. Well then, well then. This is interesting. How she tried to phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. Is this a new testimony? Yeah, I think it is.
I saw it all. How she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead.
Alright. Hold it! Hold it on that one. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? Ah, I was going to ask the same thing.
I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time...
you climbed over the chain link fence?
Then, when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone.
And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
Against Angel Star, resistance is future. Resistance is useless! Well, is she now a freaking, Vogon? Alright, fine. Hold it! She made to escape. Can you be more specific?
She brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras.
That sounds just rancid. I don't want that picture in my head. I don't even like foie gras at the best of times.
She even kicked over an oil drum at me.
An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying on its side at the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other... the parking lot entrance!
But that's right! It doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. Excellent! More mysteries!
I wish we could solve a few before finding out more, though, Scoob! So, Miss Sky tried to run.
I'm sorry my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright.
Not as sorry as I am.
But she didn't do it! You had to believe me!
And we gotta find out how we can get you for that one. She tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Since this is like the new bit of testimony added, then maybe something about this in particular. Try pressing it again. Is there any point to do the redial? There's no need to push this again.
What's wrong? You look like I do during finals!
Never mind. It's nothing. So there's no reason to do that there. But what about if we zoom in and look harder? I reckon there's nothing else to it then. Alright then. Okay. I would have tried to get it with the fact, like, how do you know there was a telephone on that side of the partition, but if she was here to deliver lunch to the security room, then she would have seen it, probably. Don't think you can get it with that. Oh, you can see that, but I was yawning. My brain needs oxygen. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm having my thoughtful phase here. We're trying to figure this out. How she tried the phone on the wall but had to use her cell instead. So is she even telling the truth about where she was originally? A apparently she had to climb over the fence to get there in time, but at the same time, she was watching it from there. Would she have known that Lana was trying to go for the telephone? Would she have even known that the telephone was there? Because she wouldn't be able to see it from where she is on the top of this, on the top row of these parking bays. Because she's looking directly across at the partition, and then the telephone box is right behind it. So she wouldn't have seen that. The only way she could have seen everything about this is if her position was different from what she's saying it is. She'd have to be like in the security room or somewhere in Block A actually to be able to get her that quickly after the fact as well. I mean, this one I don't think I've saved yet, so should probably do that. Let's make sure we can get to this point nice and quickly and easily. Yeah, this is all interesting. I'm gonna say, do I present the map in this case? It's like, if you're on that, if you're in the B side, if you're in the B block side, how do you see everything that Lana is going to do? How do you see how she saw it all from the B block side? You must have been somewhere else to be able to see it all, surely. And she did mention, like right at the start as well, that the reason she was here was to go to the security booth and deliver a lunchbox to people there. So is this it? I would say this is it. Objection! Hey, that's right, I got it. Okay, objection! Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Skye. Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias.
Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, Mr. Prosecutor? You who, together with the Chief Prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago.
Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up.
Keep it down. Keep it in. Let's take a look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Skye making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? Oh, it's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies! Objection! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. And tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness has lied about where she has witnessed the entirety of these events from. Bum! Miss Skye tries to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. Objection! A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Objection! Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it! Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw this crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. Not to One Direction the band, mind you, but yeah. So, the place where she witnessed everything from would have been... here. She said it herself right at the beginning. She was up to the security room to deliver the lunchbox. And all this must have been transpired while she was up there. Then she could have spent that time getting down and be able to easily apprehend Lana right about here. So yeah, she must have been right here, my boy! Take that! This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed. The security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would be able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime, and the back of the partition, is here. I remember in your testimony, you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr?
How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today, a man has got the better of Angel Star.
Hey, it's allowed to happen sometimes. Order, order! Especially if the lady the man is getting charge of has been doing some very unscrupulous stuff herself. We're allowed to do this sometimes. Alright, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better.
I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails.
The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Sky?
Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? It doesn't make sense.
Huh?
She could have just said that she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything.
Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. Objection! Objection! It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Who else?
Mr. Wright, let's review what we know.
So Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station, but she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference. But what? What would change? Difference in lighting. I love how this. I love that the idea of that. Like the crime needed a different mood lighting just to make sure it was right. Like, my god. Suddenly, witnesses lying is now noteworthy after 4 cases. Right. It would change her general distance to the crime because that's not 30 feet. Should be probably a lot closer and definitely a lot easier to be able to get down and get to Lana Sky. So yeah, it changes her distance to where it all happened, basically, I think. I'm very confident about this. This is why I'm saving. It It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection! My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plan and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Sorry?
My brain is functioning again, don't worry about it.
Well, witness?
You?
Yes?
You ordered the squid wheels, right?
The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I mean, you could very easily cook some squid wheels. They'd be very chewy, mind you, because squid is a very chewy meat. But I mean, they could very easily be cooked and palatable in that case.
I was bringing the PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend.
Boysenberry for the boyfriend?
Well, he wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
Sometime later, running all that way. Right, my god.
That's why I had to go to the visitors blocking in B block.
That's quite a detour. Right?
It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime.
5 minutes? This is fishy, like your squid lunch, like your squid wheel lunchbox. This changes things considerably.
But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork.
You have a point. And a spork. It is a wonderful invention.
Would you like another caviar lunch?
Absolutely. Uh-oh.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something.
Do I have any evidence to stop this? Do I have evidence to stop this? I mean, a lot can happen, and apparently the... I'm sorry, for even as long as that run would have taken it, how was that 5 minutes to run that distance to get into the B block? And then eventually climb over the fence? I mean, it probably adds up in that way, but at the same time, 5 minutes for that, for all of that, really? Yeah, this is way too fishy for its own good here. Still don't understand how this panned out. Really? After all this time. Definitely don't want to just, like, let her do anything. I don't have evidence, but I have logic. There's a bit of logic to this because if you see a crime happen and the perpetrator is wanting to get away, would they really wait 5 minutes for you to come along and have them apprehend you? Would a person committing a crime of this nature really wait at the scene of the crime for that long? That's just common sense, right? I'm gonna object this. Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest? Think about it! You can make pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente.
I put lunchboxes at the butler type pasta into knots, rookie.
No, you're not pulling that on me. A 5-minute blank.
Isn't that strange?
Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd plead the sheen. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. Don't worry about it, Judge. You're fine and innocent today. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Oh no, cold out. You're about to make some pasta. Oh no, sorry, Nolga. Oh dear. Miss Guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Inconceivable.
Yeah!
Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant, and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history.
We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright!
That was too close. I'm afraid that the Coffee Queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned, for I have to go to my... Okay, what is it this time, chat? Why is Judge adjourning the court? Because it means that he has plans to do later. We've had Pilates, we've had bowling club, we've had just a pint with the lads. I think I've had see the new Disney movie with the granddaughter. What's he doing now, chat? Why is he adjourning court this early? Because he clearly has plans and he's going to go to them. So what is he doing? Yes, I am making this a bit. Don't at me. Nope, that's Streambot. That's not a thing. Yes, okay. He is in charge of dog sitting the family dog this afternoon and is going to go take it for a walk. For a slow walk through the park. There you go. Right, court is adjourned. I'm on dog sitting duty today and I'm due to take it for a walk in the park this afternoon.
Hold it! Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right?
Hey, that's the one she tried to foist off on me! I'd prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say?
I might be able to save you.
Improved upon my suggestion, genius. Yeah. We always try to think about it there. So yeah, keep on top of it, chat. Keep on top of it in YouTube chat as well. What is Judge getting up to after he adjourns the court? Because he's always making plans, and that is why he's always looking to adjourn the court early so we can go do those plans. So yeah, you gotta think of new suggestions for next time, chat. Getting that ready.
Well, I have decisive evidence.
What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My further apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Star.
Ah. Mm-hmm. Is this your jumbo lunchbox?
Woohoo! A triple decker! Dog sitting can wait! Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence.
Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. Mm-hmm.
What is she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? What indeed? She has a testimony about decisive evidence, allegedly. Which we will see when we get back from our next break. I've seen the ad timer, it is getting close. So we're going to run our next ad break here as we do every hour to get rid of pesky pre-rolls and make sure you do not miss the beat of this stream. So this is your chance to go take some time for yourself. Twitch chat for a couple minutes. YouTube chat, there is no such thing as a break in the highlight. We always cut them out. But feel free to pause, go do some self-care business and come back to us later. That is absolutely fine. This is a long video at the end of the day. I just want to make sure you're having a fun time and you're taking care of yourself as well. Everybody needs a toilet break right now. Maybe. So yeah, if you need a toilet break, this is your chance to do it now. Pause or take a break right now while we run some ad breaks, and then we'll come back to the testimony after the break. I'll see you in a few minutes. How much more do we have to listen to the lunch lady? I only wanted my turkey Twizzlers and my SpaghettiOs for my school lunch. She just to say all this stuff to me. God. Ah. Bad memories. Anyway, hi! If we're gonna come back to it now, hi, good to see you again. Hope you've been enjoying it so far. If you are enjoying it, especially in our YouTube Land highlight video, don't forget to let me know by leaving a like and comment down below. Please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell as well, if you want to go further with your love and support and see potentially more of this in the future. So, like I said, I don't know how many rounds of testimony with this girl, but we're still in for it, so we're gonna continue where we left off.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene.
I'm not focusing on the window. Oops. There we go. Now I am.
And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up?
No! This is something you have sorely neglected. Also, where the hell did you get the shoe from?
2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
And you were planning on giving this to us when? What? There was blood found on that shoe?
Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs.
I'd much rather Lunchland be known for only one of those things, thank you. 3 guesses as to which one. Witness! What is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And? You had blood tests performed?
Ooh, didn't I mention? These are key things that you should rather have in a testimony!
This girl is starting to frustrate me. Let's be honest.
I have 3 boyfriends in forensics.
Nah, at this point, they're just boys that are friends. Nobody would be, like, willing to stick around with this girl, surely. Lunchbox is pronounced evidence tampering. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. I'm just sitting back and letting this happen. I've got the popcorn on standby. Emma, do you want some? Seriously.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth.
I'm just letting the cats just fight this out. This is great entertainment.
Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth's looking pretty sullen. And again, this is great entertainment. Hey, do you want me to cook up another bag of popcorn, Emma? We could watch this all day.
You could at least study some evidence law. Really?
The prosecution's complaint notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems to have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged.
Alright, this should have been in here first thing. But we have a victim shoe, which is a white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from the Goodman and Lana Sky, now added to the record. Before. Nope, that's a Pokemon Plan, so that's not gonna give it to us. They're not even bloody white enamel shoes! Girl! Girl! Right, I can say one thing about this whole thing. She's making a meal out of this case. You get it? Because meal, like a lunchbox, is your lunch meal. And she's making a meal out of it, as in she's messing everything up. She's trying to be like, yeah, I've done everything to the letter, but everything is coming back to this photo that she's taking because have a look, no, that's the people's names. Have a look, the shoes aren't even white! Not even white! Okay, sometimes this game is blindingly obvious, and other times I do have to think about it, but this time this is blindingly obvious. Holy shoot. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine this witness. A man was killed. This is no time for jokes. Hey, a man was only killed in a fake video game where the absurdness of the lengths people will go to try and get their way on the side of the law is plainly evident to see, which would never fly in the real world. So that's how we know that this is all make-believe and imaginary, thus I am allowed to make the joke about it. I am allowed to make the joke that this witness is making a meal out of everything because she is a lunch lady, and making a meal out of it means that you're messing everything up for yourself. I think I'm allowed this, alright? Holy shoot. Alright. Decisive evidence, you say? I mean, I've got to give you the chance to have the flavor text, but I know immediately what's wrong here, but we'll go for it. Hold it! So why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my very own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you just tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lots known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with. I think even the judge is seeing through the BS now. Wouldn't trust those eyes further than I can throw them. I'll give Miss Starr this. I am fascinated by the, one-eye dark, one-eye light thing going on. I am fascinated by the heterochromia. But, yeah, she's not being a very great witness at this point. Trying to take matters in her own hands and fudging it up royally. Come on, then. Hold it! And you found the shoe at the scene of the crime?
I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So, like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe?
I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. See this fashionable
let me try that again.
See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen.
I'm happy for you and your lunchbox bag, really. But this is hardly relevant. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. I am having it up to here with you right now. Go on then. Hold it! So you brought it to the forensics department?
If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert.
And she got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does not appear to have bloodstains on it.
Well, the man was stabbed after all.
And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman?
As I said, there were 2 types of blood found in the shoe.
The other matched that of the defendant. So why would she attack herself? What's going on here? Hold it! You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test.
You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie?
Huh?
Well, speak up!
Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, A, B, E, I, E, I, O. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood.
Hmm.
That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright.
Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means we can more or less narrow down any type of blood... we can narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear.
That's pretty specific.
If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies.
So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was gonna say that. It's flawless, decisive evidence. History proves it. I say, I say BS. I'm gonna call bull, but we'll call bull after this. Hold it! And bingo was his name. Oh! Right. It wasn't even the same song. I was doing Old MacDonald Had a Farm, E-I-E-I-O. Oh, I can't let this evidence go through without a fight.
You wanted the peppered fish guts, right?
Ew! I know this is like Japan-style delicacies we're talking about here, but fish guts? Ew. Ugh.
Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, don't you have a problem with the shoe?
A problem? Alright, this is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? It's not even the right freaking color! That's my problem! This is a confidence save, also to make sure that the game doesn't crash on us and we don't lose everything that we just done. But there is a problem! If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction.
That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. Okay, maybe not even the color of it, but the fact that I've now seen... Oh, this is interesting. So the fact that there is blood on the sole of the shoe, not just on the splatter above here, seems to suggest that stuff was already on the ground in the first place. So yeah, blood on the stain of the blood on the sole of the shoe suggests that would have been a pretty big splatter, or there was already an existing splatter that the shoe stepped in. So she might have that would say that she arrived not to do the thing itself, but she arrived after the thing had happened, and the victim was already, you know, bleeding out, thus making a puddle for her to step in as such. Maybe it might be this. We'll see. Take that! I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Don't mess with me, rookie. Would it be your blood on the bottom of my shoe?
My god, she's going full mask off. Here we go. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of this shoe? Well... Okay, honestly, I might have been very quick to react that this might have been Lana Sky's own shoe and the color was all wrong, but it could very well have also belonged to Goodman in his full-on, like, proper white suit. I could have been jumping ahead of the gun there, but since we did find the evidence of the bloodstain on the sole, would suggest that there was a bloodstain already present. But if we have a look at the photo, where be the blood on the floor? There be no blood on the floor. You can see. See where her feeties are. There is no blood on the floor. Must all be in the boot of the car or something. But yeah, there's none on the floor. She kind of set it in herself. So yeah. What about it? This is the problem. Take that! The problem lies in the footprint.
The footprint?
Know that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Objection! This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection! Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Yikes. Order, order, order. Well, witness.
What? Oh, great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we had to ask why there wasn't a footprint.
Oh! That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint.
Think, Mr. Wright, think!
Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions.
What?
Hold it! I see. Now I get it. Yeah, what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect.
The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hand aside, kicked over an oil drum. Ooh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rah!
I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. I'm gonna be so pretend mad when it's Edgeworth to solve the case. I mean, the number of times he's butted in when I've had a contradiction to say, and it's been like, yeah, I'm basically saying what you're thinking. And it's like, probably. He might end up doing it, we'll see. No kidding! Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty?
That. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water!
I said that like Mio does instead of Blade 3, because that's a funny joke. Water? Oh, what does that mean? Love the echo voice of Wright's thoughts. Every time there's blue text, every time there's a flashback, we always go to the voice. We always go to the echo voice or the reverb voice, just to say that it's like in his head. Just to make sure you know which is which. So there you go. I'm glad you like it. I think it's a really cool thing what we're doing. Still don't get it, Mr. Wright? Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Aha! You don't mean... Yes. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. Get to the point, Edgeworth. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. What? That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie her quite clearly to this murder. Then after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale shines.
Why? That's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence.
Oh, that reminds me. Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him?
So that's when my sister's blood got in the shoe?
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something! Please!
But what? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it.
But...
Enough. Because a little water easily washes away blood. If it's... Like, I would argue, if that much blood pools on the floor, and it was only, supposedly, in the span of 5 minutes, it wouldn't have set and congealed and stayed onto the ground that easily. It could very likely still be, you know, washed away and, flipped away by a stream of water. You could easily wash it away, a big puddle like that, because it wouldn't have congealed and coagulated outside in time. So you could feasibly still do that. especially with a big oil drum full of water, if it was brimming with it and you knocked it over, that would pour out. That water would pour out and it would wash away stuff, you know, pretty easily, I would say. Has it been a case where the person you're defending actually does it and thus you lose the case? I don't know. That's not really what... I don't think that's what these games tended to do at that time. The edges would have dried fast enough to request a stronger rubber, but yeah, the general amount of pooling of blood would have been washed away pretty easily because that wouldn't have congealed yet. So yeah. And by the way, Cass is back! Hope your lecture was fine, at the very least. I don't expect it to be an enjoyable lecture, but I hope it was fine nonetheless. But yeah, about the person you're defending actually does it and thus you lose the case. There's... Yeah, I think at this point, there's not many cases of that happening. I know there was technically one we did in Great Ace Attorney where it turns out our guy we ended up defending was in fact guilty of doing something all the way back when, but we were defending them for something different. So yeah, we always have to try and get our client to get a not guilty verdict, because that then means we win the case. But there are cases where the defense attorney is also like, I've got some reservations about this. I'm not sure this is even the right thing to do, but you don't realize it until a case that happens later, you know, that kind of thing. So... yeah, I don't think for a case that actually happens... Like a recent case that actually happens, but I think we've defended people that are guilty of something, but just not what we're defending them for in the current present case. I think. That might change as we go through later games, mind you, as well. But anyway, enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well.
Oh, but Angel Star is on the prosecution's side! She could have been lying about the water!
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky.
Hold it!
End up leaving early, you'll skip the next one too because it was poopy. I'm so sorry it's poopy. I'm so sorry about that. It comes back on track, Cynthia. How about that?
Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. You want more, girl? Another lunchbox. A lunchbox full of evidence.
Wait, don't tell me you have something else. Okay, she's just prolonging things at this point. My goodness. She just won't stop. Yeah. Tommy was rumbly the entire time. I ripped my hoodie too, and it was a repeat of the other lecture by the same professor, so we didn't learn much new. That's fine. That's fair. So long as you're cool with doing it and you're still on top of everything, all right? So yeah. She don't know when to quit. Nope. Nope. And this is the reason why she's becoming a little bit of a character I'm just finding a little bit irritating, to be honest with you. But I mean, some characters have to be irritating in order for you to not like them. That's a theory. That is a theory. We'll see, though. So, we don't have something else? Objection! The time for deliberations is past. Any further comment and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your threats don't scare the coffer queen. Look at this!
That's definitely the scene of how it happened, right? A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
So I ended up being right. It wasn't Lana Sky's shoe, the bright white one. It was for the victim, because the victim was wearing, if we have a look at their, yeah, they had a brilliant white suit on, which would mean all of their clothes were brilliant and white, so yeah. Look at this photograph! Round 2, definitely. I see no room for error in this evidence.
But Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in this photo!
Hey! It's clearly wet! Wait, is it? I can't check because it actually isn't in my evidence yet. I mean, I could remove the opacity of the text box, but I'm sure we'll see it soon. The item's name is Victim Shoe. Maybe, okay, maybe maybe I might have, overlooked that bit. Maybe I might have... Like, I don't play these games 100% smartly sometimes, because sometimes my brain go blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Reading is hard. Yes, exactly. That's my excuse. I'm having fun with video game. I'm not trying to play it seriously. I'm having fun. Don't worry about it. So anyway, the floor is apparently clearly wet. Ah, that it is. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. Huh. I'm sorry, Mia. Don't forget to hold it before saying that. Streamer syndrome. What you easily notice in private becomes silly because you focus on hosting for the stream and being an entertainer. Truth, yes. And also, if I was probably doing this as an offline play, I'd probably just have the guide up, to be fair. But we're gonna try and be as brave as we can on this one and go over as much of it without a guide as possible, so yeah. Anyway, we're still ellipsizing.
Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel, because that's going to be a lot of water to clean up and dry up.
Ah!
Get yourself off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end.
This is the last piece of evidence. And I had a Mia jump scare. This means I might be onto something finally. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! I think not. Never give up, never surrender. Definitely. Your Honor, wait! What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdict in peace anymore? The dog is waiting for his walkies! Whatever it is, can it wait? No, we can't. Then it'll be too late. Yeah, look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. By Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged. So, Wright. Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah! I'll get to thinking about it later, but yeah! Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. What is the problem? Ba-dum, ba-da, ba-da, bum, bum. This is a fair thing. What is the problem here? What's that? Take a look at the asphalt one more time. That's what... Is that what Mia said? Take a look at the asphalt one more time. I mean, what's this hiding here doing? In the... I don't know if that's relevant right now. Do we have the left or right shoe in the inventory? I don't think it specifies, to be fair. And now I can't check because we're stuck in the screen. So yeah, I'd like to know about this. Yeah, damn, I can't do that right now. Also, hi, Andre. Thanks for coming in. Nice to have you here. Hope you're having a good day. You here for the Phoenix? You here for the Ace of the Attorneys? Please have fun here. For how much time you can spend with us. Thought maybe someone changed shoes. No, it doesn't look like they did because the blood splatter seems to be on the same side as the shoe we have in the evidence. So this is the same shoe. Yeah, I don't see anything untoward with the actual body, but this is still striking me as like, what could this be? Like, this is something that we've got to, like, pass over and see all the way through, right? Surely. Progressing through the second game in the trilogy. Ah, that's cool. We'll get there at some point once we finish up with this one. So, I'm looking forward to that too. If the pig was in black and white, it would be nice to know. Yeah, they had a problem with that. 2016, and they don't have color photography. What is wrong with them? Or 2017, whenever this game was set, apparently. Yeah, I feel like we can't let what looks like a napkin, scarf maybe stuck in the car exhaust. Like, we've got to go over everything we see in the photo to be like discuss it, right? Let's go for that. Take that. Do we have a favorite character so far? She's not been in a lot of the game, grant you, but Mia is probably a good one of mine. I do like Mia. I do like Phoenix as well. I do like Edgeworth. I like most of the main characters, to be fair. So yeah. Now I'd still have to say Mia because she is a bean and she's a darling and she hopefully needed a lot more time. So yeah. Oh, there you go. You got my follower emos.
Ah, I didn't realize you were... Nah.
Well, it's nice to have you here. And thank you for those emotes. I do like those ones. They're really cool. The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? What's this? What's this? There's something I didn't see. There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Oh, of course! They call exhaust... Yeah, the thing on the end of an exhaust is sometimes called a muffler. That's... Oh, chat, that's what she meant by when she mentioned muffler on the phone, and that's what Angel was, in fact, referring to, rather inadvertently. The car's muffler, rather than Lana's scarf muffler. Oh, chat! Oh, that's wide open things. Wow, okay. Oh, wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. People get this instantly, I'll take ages. Yeah, because I saw nothing else that was wrong with, like, on the body itself or the water. So the only thing that I saw that was, like, worthy of, like, pointing out was the fact that there was something stuck into the car exhaust, which I didn't realize until now is actually sometimes referred to as a muffler. Like, the car's muffler on the end of an exhaust. Like, whoa. Took me a while to realize my, like, localized wordplay. Holy shit. Okay. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. You know what I mean? In other words, it's not a native speaker, though. Yeah, I think it's more like an Americanism rather than what I would know coming from the UK. We would just call it, like, the end of the exhaust. So... Yeah, muffler in terms of, you know, like, car talk and exhaust talk is not really... I, for one, never really used it too much. Yeah, it's just called an exhaust pipe to me, yeah. Something in the exhaust pipe. Yeah, that's what I'd say usually. So, yeah. Alright, then. Well, then. Let's keep going. A muffler is also a part in a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. Ooh, I see. And, I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with the case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Objection! Sorry, Miss Star, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony.
What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. And tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case. And the word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Booyakasha! Take that! Miss Star, recall your testimony for the court.
Oh, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony.
Muffler?
Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe and not where we find the muffin button? Oh dear me. I like that, Cass. If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. We're getting there. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so.
Whew! That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all.
He's still hungry?
Oh, dear me. Honestly, Muffler is the worst villain of Batman's Rogues Gallery. Dear me. I am the Muffler, and I will suffocate you with my evil. And then what would Batman's calling one-liner be? Now Phoenix can have a sneaky brekkie. He brought in a piece of toast all this time, and it's been sat in his briefcase all this time, and now he can finally have that toast. Yay! All right. So trial format, then to trial latter. Okay. All right, we've still got a bit of time. We'll continue for a little bit longer. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like, you're swimming for the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
You didn't... Thanks for saying that to my face, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Way to bruise my ego, thank you. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So, what happened to your sister anyway?
Oh, apparently she got called out to the judge's chambers.
It's probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn the trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. You know that Phoenix once was late to court and ran all the way there with a piece of toast in his mouth at least once. Yeah, it's happened. He probably did that plenty of times in his school days, let's be honest. Oh god, this man. Alright. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up his temper. That's what they told me when I was youngin' at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than the fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. We don't know what color the cloth is yet. Shaking your head, my head. Dimming.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
Huh, you don't say. Now don't that just be it all? I've seen the red bleeds blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? Oh, I know what it means. It means bad things for me, because, yes. In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this. Phoenix Wright gets +2 experience points.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-wee. I don't know if I want to consider swimming in something like steak sauce. It could be pretty thin, but I'm not sure about buoyancy, and then all of that steak sauciness would just end up in my hair all day. And probably would take several attempts to wash out and get the stink out of, to be fair. Steak sauce is for mouth because steak sauce is tasty in mouth. It's fine. Is muffler also a type of scarf? Yes, it can be called that. In fact, the Japanese loan word for something that looks like a scarf is often just muffler, which is the Romanized version of the word muffler. So yeah. And imagine how sticky it is. Yeah, like I said, it'll take many attempts to wash out the stickiness and the stink from the hair if you swam in a vat of steak sauce. Yeah. And you'd stuff, and you'd be way over bloated if you're just trying to eat it all. So yeah, don't do that. Okay, February 12th, February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Courtroom number 9. KG Inafune called. Okay. That's an obscure joke for anybody who gets it. I'd like to resume.
What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. It can't be! This can't happen! Oh, God! Are you sure you're not a shrimp? Oh, I love that. I love it.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it's time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Oh, I thought you referenced the movie. The aliens are derogatively called prawns. Oh wait, is the movie called 9, or are you on about District 9? Because to be honest with you, I've not seen District 9. Let's be honest. I was more making a reference to the fact that I said, it said courtroom number 9, I then said Keiji Inafune called. Because he made a game called Mighty Number 9, which was meant to be a Mega Man style game, but a new IP. But it was one of those really interesting deep dive horror stories of game development. Went through so many Kickstarters and promised so much in its Kickstarters and crowdfunding. But when the final product came about, yeah, it didn't live up to the standards at all. It turned out to be just a really bog standard, not really that good Mega Man clone that promised a lot of things to backers and never really delivered. And it also had explosions that people thought that it just looked like the surface of a pizza. So yeah, Mighty Number 9 was not a good game. Yeah, I was making that joke, not for the movie District 9. No. But yeah, this game makes me cry like an anime fan prom night. Mighty Number 9. Oh dear. It's not the worst I played, but it's not good either. Yeah, it just promised way too much for the crowdfunding that it got, and people wondered what the heck was Inafune doing with that money. Oh my god, how dare you put a flamboyant potato on a pizza! My goodness, man. It's fine. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, not Nark, who said that? Who's there? Hi?
What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
Who on earth is he?
It's you. Well, I was gonna say, well. Oh. Sorry I'm late, Oji. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Oji. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy, busy smizzy, Aji, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Achi? It seems to be a nickname for the judge.
He gets the pineapple on top of the pizza. Orange and spiky on top. Orange pineapple. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Hey, thanks? So sorry about that little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly good. Maybe in some steak sauce. For the lols. Little worthy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's a top-ranking police officer in the entire district. And he just stands there, menacingly. Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun to talk to him. But we're gonna have another quick little break, and probably the last one of our stream today. So yeah, we're gonna do our usual business: run the ads, get rid of pesky pre-rolls, and do all that stuff. Give you time to rest before the last little section of the day. So this is your time to do so. Twitch stream, YouTube land. There's no break in the highlight, but we will come back to as we will come back to it straight away. But feel free to pause, come back to us later if you need to do some self-care business, and that is absolutely fine for you to do. And yeah, we'll come back and find out more about this very interesting pineapple man when we are back from our little break. So I'll see you in a few minutes. He has been a man of few words. Just staring at us menacingly, just standing there menacingly, but now it is time for Pineapple Man to properly introduce himself. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came into this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's worthy here. Look at this poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's...
My sister's muffler!
So, Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Guy really was wearing that muffler.
Ooh, but to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. Oh, little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Objection! Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth! How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? A muffler stuff into this muffler. Keeps going with its quasi-meta jokes. Yep. No, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says, person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there? Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had... your head in the clouds because you got that award. Yes, I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology, and I'm looking forward to your salary evaluation. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes. Well, I think all you have to do is push this switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore. Needs and wants. Mine are more important than yours.
Come on, just hurry up and open it!
Wow, go any slower, would you? Right, know how to do it. Just go. Press.
Ah! Don't scare me like that!
Can I eat the pineapple, man? We'll see. He could very well be... He could very well end up being put down for the count, if things are going like I imagine they might do. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm the one who's scared!
Look at this knife blade! The tip is broken off!
And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife found at the crime scene wrapped in the defendant's muffler with a small tag attached, added to the court record. Is this relevant to this note here? Well, was it 6-75 or S? And 12/2 could be a date. It could mean December 2 or 12. I don't know. I don't have enough information for that yet. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure thing, not a problem, not even a little one, really. The department's in disarray, huh? Was there a broken blade tip in the body? That I'm not sure we get. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. Nothing about a piece of it being broken off and found in the wound itself. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not there. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there is evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? Oh, what a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. I doubt any culprit would hang around long enough to fish out the tip. True. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? Oh, that's hush-hush information, gee. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Objection! But wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Alright. Let's say we probably might I've stopped it before this point, but I have persevered with it. We'll try and get to a point where it's like in between things happening. So I hopefully don't forget too much about what we were doing. So let's see. This knife is special. Can't say how here. Oh really? Hold it. Excuse me. Special. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, we could do. A G-San to be a nickname sounds weird. It's what Damon Gant is doing, so roll with it, I guess. Hold it! This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, righto.
Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto.
Huh. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. I think perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time.
So, how were things down at the department? So, you hinted me towards I've got to present evidence for this one here. Evidence to prove a connection between the knife and Goodman, which I will need to think about. Let's continue pressing and get out the flavor text because, yes. Hold it! Something happened at the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp. Hungry. So something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Duh! No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? What a mess, detective at the department was killed. Oh, shoot, not like this. Hold it! On the same day that the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact.
You just arrested? That was quick.
Oh, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto. I suppose I could help if you help by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one! Oh, this kid is sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. When the victim died was said it was 5:15. Where the victim was found in police department somewhere, so how? Go on then, how? Well, how was the detective killed? How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife. A knife? That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit! Ah, we're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same. What do you mean? There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death. It seems I'm gonna have to press this a bit harder. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, right? Yep. Hold it! 5:15? But that's That's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office! What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our very place at the very same time. What are the chances? Is it possible that the crime that we're talking about and the crime that Damon Gannett is talking about are one and the same? Is this possible? It could be. This from our worst Santa knockoff ever.
Coincidence?
This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. Can't tell much about it. You slimy dog, why not? Hold it! How can you say there's no connection? How? Because I am the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, righto? Oh, you understand. Try to understand, righto? Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife! What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. Right, let's get to the point where the piece of evidence, the piece of testimony that we probably have to rebut against, and examine. I didn't examine it first. Oops! Wait! Thank God I saved. I pressed the wrong button. I was meant to examine, not present straight away. I'm a silly. Right. Examine! Have a look-see-doodle. Right. The only thing that's, the only thing to look at is the tag itself, so let's have a look. Between him and Giovanni from Pokemon, I feel like every person in an orange suit is evil. Yeah. That and Lysandra, too, from XY. Yeah,
There's a small tag in the knife.
No, wait, no. Lysandra wasn't in the orange suit, was he? I'm thinking of somebody else. I swore there was like a bad guy team boss that was in an orange... No, that's all the Flare Grunts. I'm thinking that the Flare Grunts are in the orange suits. Whereas I think Lysandra's suit was more generally black with hints of orange. So yeah. I'm in the full. Well, it was Team Flare, so orange does make sense. I think all the grunts in X and Y all wear the orange suits. So yeah.
And there's a small tag on the edge of on the knife.
It says SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code.
DL6? Maybe it's a case number.
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. And it wasn't long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court record again.
So do we have something in the evidence currently that is similar to SL-92? Probably what looks like a case number. The only thing that I have that's even remotely like that are these notes here. Yeah, these are the only ones that are remotely similar. My eyes have just lit up. This is, I kind of wish I was on camera for this one, but my eyes have just lit up. It's not 6-7S. The note is upside down. Oh, this is clever. Yeah, you turn it upside down, then it'll read SL9. Oh, holy shoot, game. Alright, we got it. Boom! Objection! Wait a second. Aha, at last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Aha, an honest to goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? Oh, this is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6-7S 12/2? No, Your Honor. It's upside down. Upside... The printed name on its memo makes it look like it's the right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? 221 SL9, February 21st, SL9, this case number. Boom! Aha! Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. He's like a fan of the game series, trying to put it into the game world. Oh dear, SL9? That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Then you gotta do a handstand for it. He probably actually did a handstand to see that the note was upside down. He probably actually did that, Judgy. Dear me. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ooh.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Commander Nagito,
Hi!
hello, how is it you're doing? You here for some Ace Attorneying? Because we are certainly doing some Ace Attorneying, and we're having a great time with it. Nice to see you. Aha, well. I'm believing soon they're releasing a new Pokemon trailer in 7 minutes, revealing a new Mega Revolution. Oh, pants! Right, I gotta see if I can get to a point with this one then. I guess the cat's out of the bag. Ha, you win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? Not the Wheel of Fortune. I sucked at that one. Ah, okay, this got changed. Hope having a good day so far. Yes, we are, Commander. Hope you are too. As an add-on to Zeo, is in the new Ditto game. There's a new Ditto game? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, you're on about the that one where everybody's basically a Ditto or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was more about the Mega Revolution ZA DLC. I think, yeah. But anyway, and this knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. How did you let that happen, then? Wait, that's the wrong button. Hold it! So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, 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 nice! Ah, good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
It's hard to think there isn't a connection there.
Hard to think. Hard to think. Keep away from news for maximum surprise. Oh yeah, indeed, definitely. Right. So we're up to this point, and we still need to point out what is relevant, right? I hope you're having a hopeful day with minimum despair. There's definitely minimum despair. It is mostly hope. It is full of hope. Trying to overtake all the despair. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We're having fun here. Yay. When Phoenix ages enough, he'll run himself to Phoenix World as original. Oh, God. He'll be sucking on them for definite. Right. Ooh, have we been getting followers but they've not been coming through? Or is the number just being weird on me? I think the number might be being weird on me. Anyway, that's fine. So... what's to present here? You know what it is, yeah. You might know what the answer is. I'm trying to work out the answers for myself, so do not say what they are unless I specifically ask the chat for help. I will say if I want the chat to help me. They are pulling a 1103701189998819991197253. Right. So it's the fact that we've then got to present the notes here, right? I think that might be it. I'm confident about this, but I am gonna save. I'm so confident about it. Yeah. Right. Back to here. Do I need to present the note onto this to be like, yo, we now know what this actually means? So this knife was this knife is part of the same case number, the same case day, and it so happens to be on the same day as everything going down here. So this is all relevant, right? Objection! No. Right. Thank God I saved. Don't think you got the reference if you haven't played the game Danganronpa. Yeah, I have not played Danganronpa. That is not something I have gotten across to yet. I can't talk much about it. It's not officially linked to this case. But this suggests that it is, right? Right? No? Okay, what am I meant to contradict and what am I meant to press against? What's going on here? Is it the knife itself? Maybe? No. Okay, maybe the knife has got to be... maybe the knife is going to be against it. Didn't I press it? Because I'm sure I'm going to get the same thing. On the day of the murder. It was evidence. Was it in fact a weapon? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Evidence from a case long since solved. So on the day of the murder, it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. So maybe... not official link, so I can't talk much about it. Did I already press this? How can you say there's no connection? Yeah, we got all that. So present the knife, so I think maybe present the knife itself. The stolen knife, that is, on this. Oh god, I pressed again. Damn it. Right, here we go again. Got to present. Did I try the knife last time? Did I try the note last time? Knife. Okay, it's not knife. So it wasn't knife or note on this one. Did I try note on the last one? Did I not try the note on the last one? I can have a go. Right here. No, okay, the flip is going on here. The flip is going on here. scary coincidence. But I'm like, yeah, really? Is there anything on the ID cards? Nope. It's too fuzzy, I can't tell. Getting a bit confusing, this one. I'm not sure what to put and press against. I'm not sure. Don't even know it's the knife or the note that Goodman made. Are you sure I didn't press on this in this one? I'm sure. Okay, so it is definitely either the first one or the last thing I've got to press against, or present against. And it is either the knife itself or it is the note. So what exactly does it require? Yay. So I've been through all the other testimonies, right? When in shape to do investigations. You were busy. Yeah. What happened that day? Police was killed at the detective killed at police department. Another detective was killed. Yep. You have a perpetrator. Just arrested them, in fact. Maybe you could help. I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Get sharp. Here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing early. Maybe I need another information out of this. Okay, where the victim was found. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. But I can... Mind me. That's my PC, not yours, don't worry about it. But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. Hang on.
The evidence room? Wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
The knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case!
So with the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gann to testify about the details.
So... now we have the full information and the full leverage, right? So now we present unto him either the note or the knife. So we'll do either way. Let's try either way. Is it the note first? It's not the note. Okay. Okay. It's not the note. So it must be the knife then. It must be the knife itself. Let's go back to it. Find the switch knife. Go. Oh, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What am I doing wrong?
This is getting a bit silly game. What's the piece of the puzzle that I'm missing here? Time and a crime. Okay, what happens when I go, like, the one last way? Just arrested. Even more details. When the victim died. So when did the murder at the police department occur? Now that's a sharp question, Writer. Very sharp. Well, my boy, you're gonna love this. Which just moves on to the right to the next thing here. So yeah, okay, so I got all the details I needed from that one thing, but yeah, this is getting weird. I don't know why I'm not being allowed to move on here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What is it I'm doing wrong, game? Or is it now that we go back to the first thing? Save after the press went through. Press this again, so let's have a look. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right, okay. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh? You don't say. Well, out with it, Writer. What's your connection? Ish, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony which is heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Stop staring at me like that, Damon. Stop it. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? YOLO, after all, it's unofficial. Wait, what? Really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Oh yeah, really? What about if I press you on this now? Because we're finally making some progress. Hold it! If you're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You'll have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might try to get what I can out of him. Because if it is this same man, if you give me the same number as this, then wabam, we might have got it. Not the division, not the gender, ID number. Alright. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like being able to tell who it is from that. Oh, of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. I say behind a very sly smile. Well, we keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, did just tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department.
5842189.
This tells me nothing about nothing, so it tells me something because they cancel out. There you go. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? Tells me that it's exactly the same as this one found at the prosecutor's office crime scene, which means they are one and the same person. What's going on here? And that lends so much weight to the possibility of this being like the big window that it is. Oh. This is interesting now. But yeah, now that I've got the ID card and go, wabam, is this your victim? Take that! Witness! What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night! That he is! With all the nervousness of his hand being up there. Yeah, behind the back of his head. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do.
The police department, the prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time.
Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Do you remember? Short-term memory loss and all that? It's the Alzheimer's kicking in. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Oh, shame on you, Wright. Personal IDs are top secrets. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Oh, wait! That ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... Oh, I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right! Again!
This number the number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. They are the same. Objection! But wait a second, Wright? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. But which Detective Goodman is our victim? He was killed at 5:15 in an underground parking lot. Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed in the police department. In the evidence room at the exact same time. Objection! That's impossible! So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time? And in a completely different location? Wow. Order, Chief! What does this mean? Objection! No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case! Now, just wait a second, Worthy. Just wait a second, no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? Ugh. The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright? Where have we had that name before? Wait, Hatsune Meekins!
Excuse me, but is this Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
You don't mean him? Oh, excuse me, that got to my back of my throat. Jesus. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem, challenged?
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Objection! But sir! You could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence! Then I... Look into my eyes, Edgeworth. No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Well, it's, rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Oh, normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before a trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Ugh! The connection was just proven by Wrighto over here. Good job, Wrighto, my boy. Huh? Oh, I was just doing my job. No! No! Edgeworth's not a happy bunny. It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened, if it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time, really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
Edgy boy not happy. Phoenix has the biggest just prom girl grin on his face, like, hee. I mean, right? Yeah. Isn't that right, Day Night? I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Would that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. Now I can finally walk my goddamn dog. There you go. To be continued. Well, that actually took us a bit longer than I expected it to do, but we will do our save up until this point for sure. And then see what happens next, but we will actually be holding it right here, unfortunately. Right about this point here. So, back to game settings, or oh, I just pressed X to do title screen there. Yep, that's where we're ending it. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness, oh my damn. We have gone through a lot of stuff today. Running a bit later than I would normally do, but just to get to a nice decent cutoff there, that is what we will do. We will take the risks, and
Hopefully it still was a good time.
it did take us a bit of a time for some of the things in this part here, but at other times, other things came to us very, very quickly. Yet, it has all been fun, and I sincerely hope it has been fun for all of you too. Don't worry if you've missed any little bit of this in the Twitch stream, because we have a VOD channel where you can watch the highlight of this without any of the breaks included, uninterrupted, and good and enjoyable, over on the Laura Petal VOD channel. Check it out in about a week's time. You should see this video there up and ready for you. And yeah, of course, if you are watching this in our YouTube highlight, do not forget to do all the good stuff if you have enjoyed the video. Leave a like and comment down below. Please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell as well if you'd like to see more of this coming up in the future. And do not forget to check the links in the description as well if you want to see where my socials are, my Discord link, for example, and my social links, and the link to the Twitch stream where you can have the chance to see maybe us do a stream live of whatever it might be. It might be some more of this, or it might be something else entirely. Anyway, we would love to have you over there. We would welcome you with open arms, and we would love to have you there, as I say. But yeah, big old bumper session today. Lots of court shenanigans are done, and we will find out what happens next when we come back to this game next time. But for now, I'm going to say thank you for your love and support today. Thanks for tuning in. If you have at any point, it's been appreciated to have. It's been very good to have you. I hope we've made your day better as a result of this stream. If we have, then that warms my heart, and that is very good to hear. I hope I get the chance to do it again for you at some point in the future. But with that said, please stay and stay awesome, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your day, whatever there is planned for you. If it's more of my videos, then please enjoy. But if not, I'm sure we'll see each other at some point soon. And yeah, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Until next time. Bye!